Should be live now. Let me know if you guys are here in the comments. Just say hello. But I'm going to go straight into it. So, here's where we left off our Yoda, baby Yoda. I'm going to add a very thin layer of foam, I think, on the top. But either way, I already did the patterning for the fleece cover. I did that off camera because I just knew it would take forever and be meticulous and trial and error and just unwatchable, virtually unwatchable. But I'll show you what I did for the process. Is I took this fleece here, just to make the pattern, and I just draped the whole pattern. So I just laid this on top of him like this. I pinned the whole thing. Let me switch the camera so maybe you guys can see better. I did all the pinning, put it on, and I ended up with this shape here. Okay, it's actually upside down, like this. This is everything minus the chin. I decided I'm going to do the chin as a separate piece, and then what I did is I traced this, and that piece is gone, and then I trued it up. So what I ended up with, let me just see. Let me just show you where this was. So this was, those were over the eyes, the brows. This all came together up there. Room for the eyes, like that. And I ended up with this as my, hopefully, final pattern. And I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna use this, see how it comes together. I'm gonna trace it, cut it out, and start stitching. I'll start the stitching, but I'll do the rest of it probably off camera so that you guys, this isn't bogging down, again, your watch time. But here's what we have. This is the fabric from Puppet Pelts. Let me find the right side here. It's brighter green than it looks. In the camera, it looks pretty light. Or actually looks kind of like an olivey gray, but it's a bit brighter than it looks. Okay. Now let me see. Do I have the... So the question is, do I want the stretch to go this way? Or do I want the stretch to go... I'm going to have the stretch go across, which is generally what you do want, but since this is a mech puppet, it makes it a little bit different. All right, let me, well, this one, this is not going to show up, I'm sure. Well, actually, it does show up. I'm going to use a highlighter then. In here, tracing around. I can see your comments. That's awesome. Thanks. Hi, Katie. How's it going? You've been doing some awesome stuff lately. Love seeing it. And there it is. and do a rough cut first. Hope you guys are all staying sane from being quarantined wherever you are. Now you saw those eyes in the pattern. I'm actually not going. Actually, am I going to cut them out? I don't think I'm going to. We'll see. I'm not sure. I wasn't planning on it, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I will. Right. Nice little tip here is when you're cutting. I don't always do this, and it doesn't always make a big difference. But rather than cutting perfectly perpendicular, I angle the scissors just a little bit. But you want to make sure you angle them the right way. If you angle them the opposite way, you want to angle them like this. Let me rephrase this. Okay. If I'm going to cut this piece in half and I want to keep this piece, I'm going to angle my scissors like this. If I'm going to cut this in half and want to keep this piece, I want to angle it like this. That's with the facing fabric down. Okay. That'll give you just a little bit of over coverage of cutting the nap of the fleece. That's fur that kind of has a nap anyway. It can give you a little bit of coverage, but it doesn't really matter though. If you do it the wrong way, it's fine. I've done it the wrong way and the pieces still work. Just gives you a little bit more coverage. Actually, I'm going to cut these up. I'm going to cut to the inside rather than the outside. All right. There we have it. I am going to stitch these edges together first, then here, then these together, and then I'm going to slip it on. Again, I'm not going to do all the sewing here because it's going to be boring, and I'm going to do it while watching TV, but I will get started. All right. Look at that. Oh, Seems be gone. All right. This is quite exciting, isn't it? It's exhilarating. This is my life. All you people in here, this is what you want to do, huh? Want to be a puppet builder, they said. So exciting, they say. You must have a lot of fun, they say. And here I am. What, 5 minutes? I made it about 1.5 inches. Wow. If there's any questions, I'm happy to take them. Hopefully they're showing up for me. Oh, Bill's in here. Or at least Bill wasn't here. Hey, Bill. Bill Raleigh. Bill is the man. Bill! Hey, you guys just released that Baby Yoda too, didn't you? Let me know if you want to do some sort of collab on that too. Because I'm going to edit this into a YouTube video. And let me know if you want to do some sort of announcement thing on there. Man, that would have been cool. That would have been cool if I had it here and used it to get measurements from or something. If that would have been, legal for you guys. But that's awesome. Hey, Louise, you're asking what to use for teeth? If you type in Adam Kreutinger teeth into YouTube, there will be I have a whole video where I show multiple techniques on how to make teeth for your puppet. So definitely check that out. I get a lot of questions, people asking me things, and 90% of the time it's something I've already covered. So when in doubt, just type in Adam Kreutinger, then your question or the object you're trying to make, and then it should come up. Sometimes though, the stuff's like later in the video, because if you watch that teeth video, it seems like I'm just going to do one style of teeth, which I do spend most of the time on one style, but then I show a couple different styles toward later on. So make sure you just watch the whole video with all of them as well, because especially people ask me about mechanisms as well. And I did an eye blink mechanism video, but if you actually watch the entire video for that, at the end I show all other types of mechanisms as well, and I give recommendation to some books that have information about mechanisms in there. And so yeah, I try to make my videos as thorough as possible, but the problem is I know a lot of people tend to just skim things, which is totally understandable. But a lot of time that information is there. Sometimes I give the best tips right at the end too. Not on purpose, but it's just because I'm wrapping things up. Whew, come on, look at that. You cannot see anything. That is... Whew. This is the new fleece too from Puppet Pelts. Polyester fleece. I won't lie, when I took it out at first I was a little nervous. But man, does it do the job. And if you listen to the podcast we did with Lori too, There's so many other benefits to this fleece versus the old fleece. It holds the dye better. It doesn't fade uh, virtually at all, or at least not nearly as much as the nylon fleece did. I'm telling you. That even though this is great, if they could get a slightly longer pile, I think uh, I think people would be less worried about it. But as long as you know what you're doing, this stuff is great. Think of it like cake uh, brownie mix. You know, you give two people a brownie mix, a box of brownie mix. If you ask me to make them brownies, and you ask my wife to make brownies, those brownies are going to taste very different, even though we're using the same exact materials. Same thing goes for puppet building. Having the right materials helps a lot, but it is not the magic sauce. Is there more comments here? Let me scroll down. No, not yet. Okay. I think I'm just going to do this one line all the way across, and then I will let you guys go. So, probably in about 8 minutes or so. So let me know if you have any questions before I get to the end. And I don't know if Bill's still in here, but you guys see Bill Raleigh posted in the comments. You should definitely click on his name and check out his work. We actually did a podcast with him back. Oh my gosh, was that this past? It feels so long ago. Was that this past fall? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. Oh, of course it was, because right when Fred was born, I made her the Cookie Monster dress. Um, yeah, we did a podcast with him, so you can learn a lot about him. And at the time, they were doing a Sesame Street project, but they just launched a Baby Yoda through Hasbro. That's really cool. But anyway, my point on mentioning his name is he's an amazing artist, an amazing puppet builder, really great at illustrations too. You really should be like writing books and stuff and doing children's books. He's been posting some. I'm guessing he's had time to do it a little bit because of the quarantine, but his paintings he's been doing. I think they're watercolor, maybe watercolor and colored pencil. Truly amazing. Almost there. Yes, this is Neil. This is the final fleece. Hopefully. Unless I have catastrophic failure, then I'll have to do a new final fleece. And I might finish perfectly in time here because I think my wife's about to call me for dinner. Anyway, like I said, make sure you guys go and show Bill some love. Oh, looks like, is there questions? Coming, babe! Called it. Coming! Let me do this last little bit here. Ouch. Hold on here. I will flip it and show you guys quick too. Just when I get all the way to the end here. All right. That's not bad. That's going to be the top of the head there. So then I got to stitch that up and then we'll be in business. So then I will talk to you guys soon. Adios.